We demand living wages for all civil servants and uniformed officers are aligned with the contemporary cost of living in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to demand protection of farmers through fair pricing, subsidies, banning unnecessary imports, and support export for farmers. We demand job creation through a national industrial strategy focusing on manufacturing, technology, and agriculture because that is the backbone of a country that wants to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to demand the end to tribalism, nepotism, and impunity in public appointment and governance. We demand adherence to the constitution of this country and the rule of the law as the supreme guide for the leadership of this country. We demand immediate release and dropping of charges against peaceful protesters and compensation for the victims for psychological distortion. We demand independent investigation by IPOA into police brutality and the political orders behind the people who gave those unlawful orders. Let us stop playing gimmicks. We continue to demand reforms in our education sector, education including free education and help debts that hold our people in captive to date. We demand audit and publish of all pending bills publicly so that we can understand as a people where we stand as a country. We also demand to compensate the compensation of our suppliers for payment that has been delayed for many years and in any other way because they do not associate with the current regime. In this case, we want to say we continue to demand a pass of a prompt payment laws to make sure that we protect the small business owners, investors, pending bills, because pending bills equals economic brutality. Suppliers delivered, you defaulted to pay them. Who are the criminals? That is the question we ask as the FBI. The criminals are you sitting in the offices sabotaging the country in this manner. To the enemies of the people, we will name and hold them accountable. The individuals giving unlawful orders to our police officers and uniformed people, stealing resources and abusing power in office. If justice won't prosecute you now, then just know time is coming and you'll face the rule of the law. We call for action as FBI. We are not aligned with violence. We do not seek power by force. We seek justice. We seek accountability. We seek freedom. We seek inclusiveness. We seek a responsive government. Ladies and gentlemen, what we seek as FBI is very different. Let me just refer a few things here as we conclude this statement. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. We as the FBI, we want to say that we want inclusivity of the governance of this country. And we want to call Kenyans of goodwill, Kenyans that feel that enough is enough of impunity to actually join this movement. And what I want to say, joining this movement, we have already laid a link in my social media account. That is Party Osoi in all social media accounts so that we can join in a channel, because fighting this government and impunity requires us to adhere to Article 1 of our Constitution, and that is being in big numbers. And again, I want to say, for the threats that were given by the CS Mukromen, that the Constitution of this country under Article 36 states that and stipulates that all Kenyans are in freedom and liberty to join any movement or any group as if it adheres to what they want. Enough is enough of impunity. We must continue fighting. We must continue to make sure that we liberate this country, and we are ready to do it. And ladies and gentlemen, let us not play games by empowerment schemes that is meant to lure Kenyans, because they know their time has come, and the time to live, and the time to make sure that we reclaim our nation from 1963 to date. Every Kenyan who is oppressed, this is home for you. We must fight that brutality. We must get to the root cause of this problem. And I want to promise Kenyans, to tell them, many promises have been passed to them. Our only promise to them is that we are not going to be compromised. No monies that can buy us to be able to leave the course to bring change in this country. They can try it, but I'll tell them, I can only drive one car at a time, sleep in one side of a bed at a time, eat 3 meals in a day at a time. So what I want to say is that there is nothing more. They can buy us, they can buy me as Patrick Osoi, and I want to tell them, the only way is not even being called on the table. We do not need the tables. What we need is to get to that kitchen, make sure we cook the food for the Kenyan people, fresh food, fresh mind, fresh leadership, and make sure that we liberate this country. So asanteni sana, again, asante sana kwa kukuja. I said earlier, people who never got a lot of information, you're going to get to this money is divided to every Kenyan, including kids. We're able to take away 70 million Kenyan shillings, each one of us 50 million. So we cannot be seated and be comfortable while they auction our country. Monies are ferried offshores out of this country. Monies are building hotels just to put the monies that have been stolen in those hotels and apartment, and other monies taken to offshore. There is no circulation and cash flow for the business people in this country. If you're not tired, then I don't know what you're waiting for. This is home for you. We are a political movement. It doesn't matter what political party you come from. If you believe in the change, this is home for you. The change that we all want. The change where a Kenyan can talk freely, a Kenyan can express himself or herself freely. That's the country we want, a country that is free. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Asante. That if you want to join this movement, first stage is to make sure that you get, if you go to any of our social media account, and especially mine is Patrick Osoi in X, TikTok, and Facebook, and also FBI movement in TikTok. We are going to have a link there to join the channel. The channel is because we want to consolidate millions of Kenyans in that channel, so that we can be relaying an information in real time. So, and therefore this week we are also going to relay some information for any person who want to take part in this movement, whether to support the movement in kind, to support the movement with your professionalism, with your expertise, to support the movement in any way, so that we are able to make sure that we liberate this country. And not be those people who forget very easily. And I want to tell you, Dr. William Ruto and his government, the rogue government, they are waiting for you, and they have already seen Kenyans as people who are lured very easily. I want us to stand firm and to get to know those empowerment is not what Kenyans want. What Kenyans want is proper enforced governance, whereby you go to the hospital, you're okay. You go to the schools, you're fine. You go to the roads, you're fine. You go to the economy is thriving. There is no one is waiting for an empowerment, whereby once you make those monies, they deduct more than 37% of corporate tax. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us be vigilant, and we must know that we are the change, and the change is us. There is no tomorrow. It is now. Thank you very much.